been quite a long time since no face-to-face meetings between two presidents, two representatives of two countries. So what's going on behind the curtains? What are you and other co-chairs discussing, talking about?
Well, first of all, let me thank you very much for doing the interview. It's a pleasure to be back in Armenia. The beautiful warm weather, the gorgeous city. It's really nice to walk around in the evening. I am here for the next day and look forward to meeting with the Foreign Minister, the President, and others. And we can expect to have a good discussion on next steps on Nagorno-Karabakh. And one of those next steps would be to bring the presidents together. Last October, both presidents committed themselves to an intensified dialogue. Now, a lot has happened since then. There was, of course, the helicopter tragedy, intensified violence along the line of contact, as well as other things, the commemorations here in Armenia, the European Games in Baku, religious events. So a lot has happened, and we haven't been able to bring the presidents together. But one of the purposes of this trip is to begin to identify dates and to frame issues for the presidents to discuss.
President Sarkisian and President Aliyev were expected to meet at Riga summit, but for some reasons Mr. Aliyev preferred to stay in Baku. So could you please tell us any concrete time of their meetings?
Well, to my knowledge, there was never a specific plan to meet in Riga. That, of course, was one target of opportunity. But now we're looking to dates when both of the presidents are free and can meet, and also we need some time to be able to frame the issues. I look forward to talking to the Foreign Minister today about that, and I will be in Baku later in the week, and I'll talk to Foreign Minister Mamedyarov also about how do we frame the issues for the presidents to discuss.
Some people here in Yerevan expect that after European Games in Baku there will be some kind of escalation at borders. Even they think about on possibility of war with Azerbaijan. What do you think on this, and what in American diplomats' mind in Yerevan and Baku?
Well, I certainly hope they're wrong. In January, there was an upsurge in violence. But since then, the situation has remained relatively calm along the line of contact and along the Armenian-Azerbaijan border, and I think that's good news. The sides need to work to maintain and respect the ceasefire. The worst outcome is renewed violence. That does not serve the peace process. We can't work to achieve a negotiated settlement if a widening conflict breaks out. So the co-chairs and certainly the United States urge the parties to respect the ceasefire and work with us on next steps on bringing about a lasting peace.
OSCE chairman in office, Serbian foreign minister, stated here in Yerevan that Azerbaijan offered to him to enlarge the format of OSCE Minsk Group. As a co-chair of Minsk Group, what do you think on this?
Well, the existing format has been accepted by the parties, and we'll continue to work through that. If the parties decide that they want to change the format in some way, we'll respect their decision. But for the time being, we will continue to work through the Minsk Group format as the format that has been accepted by the parties. That said, this is not a conflict about which format to use for mediation and negotiation. This is a conflict that needs to be decided by the presidents and by the people of both countries. When they decide that it's time for peace, when they decide that it's time for a negotiated settlement, we're ready to mediate and to facilitate that settlement. It's not a question of format, it's a question of political will.
Okay, some people here in Yerevan think that the offer from Baku is in Russian will to get some kind of breakthrough in Karabakh. I mean offer concerning enlargement of Minsk group format. Russia's will to get some kind of breakthrough in Karabakh conflict in order to attract Azerbaijan to join Eurasian Economic Union. What do you think on this?
Well, look, I'm open to any ideas that can help bring about a negotiated settlement. I work very well with my Russian colleague, and I do not think that they have some hidden motives. I think that they're working together with the United States and France for a peaceful settlement. It's long overdue. It's more than 20 years. The people of both countries deserve to have peace and prosperity in the region, and I think that's something that the United States, France, and Russia share.
And maybe last question, sir. You know, Azerbaijani authorities gave a month period for closing OSCE office in Baku. What do you think? What is your assessment on this situation, and what do you think? What kind of influence this step will have on Karabakh negotiations on Karabakh conflict?
Well, I'll agree that the OSCE is an important organization for all of Europe, and the United States, Russia, and France agree. In fact, we as co-chairs work under the umbrella of the OSCE. But it is Azerbaijan's decision whether to have a presence on the ground and an office, and we will respect that decision. In terms of working towards a settlement to the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict, whether there's an office in Baku or not, we will continue to work as actively as we can to bring about a settlement and to work for peace.
Thank you very much for this interview.
Thank you very much.